The Greedy Farmer. Once upon a time, in a small village in India, there lived a farmer named Ramu. He owned a piece of land near the river. It was fertile and good for growing crops like rice, wheat, and vegetables. Ramu was known as a hard-working man, but he had one big problem. He was very greedy. Ramu always wanted more. If he earned 500 rupees, he wanted 0. If he grew 10 sacks of wheat, he wanted 20. Even though his family had enough to live a happy and simple life, Ramu was never satisfied. He would often say, "Why should I be happy with little? I want to be the richest farmer in the whole district." His wife, Meena, was kind and humble. She would say, "Ramu, we have enough. Our children are healthy, we eat well, and we sleep peacefully. What more do we need?" But Ramu would just laugh and say, "You women don't understand business." One morning, while plowing his field, Ramu's bull suddenly stopped. It refused to move. Ramu looked down and saw something shiny in the soil. He bent down and dug with his hands. To his shock, he found a small golden box buried in the ground. His hands trembled as he opened it. Inside, he found a magical coin and a note. The note read, "This coin is magical. Every morning, it will give you 1 gold coin. But if you ever become greedy and ask for more, the magic will stop forever." Ramu couldn't believe his luck. He quickly put the coin in his pocket and ran home shouting, "Meena, Meena, we are rich." At home, he showed the coin to Meena and read the note aloud. She looked worried and said, "Ramu, this is a blessing. We must use it wisely. Never be greedy." But Ramu's eyes were shining with dreams of wealth. From that day, every morning, Ramu found 1 gold coin in his little wooden box. He sold some of his crops, bought more land, and hired workers. In just a few months, Ramu had built a big house with marble floors and tall gates. He bought new clothes, a bullock cart with silver bells, and even gold earrings for Meena. The villagers were shocked. "How did Ramu become so rich so fast?" they whispered. Ramu would smile and say, "Hard work and cleverness." But Meena was worried. She noticed that Ramu was becoming more arrogant. He looked down on the other farmers. He refused to help the poor. He even stopped visiting the temple. "We don't need prayers, Meena. We have gold," he would say. One night, while counting his coins, Ramu spoke aloud to himself. "1 coin a day is too slow. Why not ask for more? 10 coins a day would be better." Meena overheard him and warned, "Remember the note? If you become greedy, the magic will end." But Ramu ignored her. The next morning, he stood before the wooden box and shouted, "Give me 10 gold coins today." He opened the box and found nothing. He shook it, banged it on the table, looked inside again, still nothing. The magical coin had vanished. Ramu screamed, "No, no, come back!" But it was too late. His greed had broken the magic. Without the gold coin, Ramu could no longer afford his luxurious lifestyle. He had spent so much money on land, clothes, and parties that he had very little savings. His workers left, as he could no longer pay them. His fields became dry and empty. Slowly his wealth disappeared. He tried to borrow money from the villagers, but they refused. "You look down on us. Now you ask for help?" they said. Ramu's house, once full of life, became quiet and dark. The marble floors cracked, the silver bells rusted. His new bullock cart broke down. Mina, who had always warned him, said softly, "You were rich, Ramu, but you let greed take everything away." Ramu had tears in his eyes. One day, an old sage came to the village. He sat under the banyan tree and gave advice to anyone who asked. Ramu went to him and said, "Baba, I had everything, but I lost it because of my greed. What should I do?" The sage smiled and said, "A man who learns from his mistake is wiser than a man who never makes one. Start again, but this time be content." Ramu returned home and told Mina, "I want to start again, not for gold, but for peace." She smiled and helped him clean the old farming tools. They began working on their land again, this time with honesty and humility. Ramu stopped chasing riches and started helping others. If a neighbor needed help, he gave it. If a poor man asked for food, he shared what he had. Years passed. Ramu's fields became green once again. He didn't have gold coins anymore, but he had respect, love, and peace. The villagers now came to him for advice. "Ramu Bai, how did you change your life?" they asked. He would smile and say, "Greed took everything from me, but kindness gave it all back." His children grew up to be kind and hardworking. His wife, Mina, was proud of him, and Ramu, once the greediest man in the village, became the wisest. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, Ramu sat on his porch and whispered to himself, "I was a greedy man once, but now I am the richest man not in gold, but in heart." Moral of the story: greed can take everything away, even the biggest blessings, but humility, kindness, and hard work can rebuild a life and bring true happiness.